Is your favorite wide receiver top 5, bottom 5, or somewhere in between? Today, I've got another tier list. We're going to be ranking wide receiver 1s, 1 through 32. Make sure to leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video and comment down below what position you want to see next. Let's hop right into the tier list. Off the list, we're starting with Chris Olave. Okay, Chris Olave, a very underappreciated wide receiver 1. But I think I'll put him right outside the top 15 for now, so we'll put him at 16th in the NFL. All of his concussions are very concerning. I think he's a solid wide receiver 1, but there is definitely plenty wide receivers better than he is. Moving on to Drake London. After this past season with Drake London, and I think moving into this season with Michael Penix Jr., maybe we'll see London more in the slot, which he thrived in under Raheem Morris's coaching style. I think that it's fair to put Drake London in the top 10 for now. Closer to 10 than he is 6, but I think that that's totally valid. Tet McMillan, I was not super high on him coming into the draft. After seeing him more and more, I'm a little bit higher on him than before, but we haven't seen him play, so I can't put him outside the bottom 5 when it comes to just wide receiver 1s. It's not fair. Mike Evans, last season, he had a very good year. Maybe not the typical Mike Evans we see every single year, but he got his 1,000 yards. That's all that matters. I think everybody rooting for him. I love Mike Evans. Everyone loves Mike Evans. He's still top 10. With all that being said, I'll put him above Drake London. And yes, this list will be from left to right, so it's going to be a very specific order, so just bear with me here. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Okay, Amon is top 5 for sure. We'll put him in the top 5. It wasn't his best season last year, but I'm not going to discredit him. We know that he is an excellent wide receiver option, but something about him is just not giving me a top 5 wide receiver. There's 2 receivers that I fear could take over from him and take into the top 5, and he can move down next season. He better ball out. Moving on to Justin Jefferson. This is the easiest placement on the entire list. Justin Jefferson is the wide receiver 1 of the wide receiver 1. Duh, he's the wide receiver 1. He is the best wide receiver in the NFL. It's really not a debate whatsoever, in my opinion. It's not really even close. Justin Jefferson's the best wide receiver by far. Moving on to Jaden Reed, the Green Bay Packers wide receiver 1. I think Jaden Reed is a very underappreciated wide receiver 1. But with that being said, I think he needs to be in the 21 to 27 range. Obviously, you'd rather have him as a wide receiver 2 than you would a wide receiver 1. He's a very low-end wide receiver 1, but he'd be a high-end wide receiver 2. So, no disrespect to Jaden Reed, but he doesn't belong outside of the top, or he doesn't belong in the top 20, I don't think. DJ Moore, I think that this past season bothered me, man. Where was his effort? He gave up on so many plays. Why? Why was he giving up on plays? I know that Caleb Williams is, he holds on to the ball too much and takes a lot of sacks. He overthrows players. But it's DJ Moore, man. You balled out with, who was the quarterback before him? Justin Fields. He balled out with Justin Fields. Come on. DJ Moore, you're top 20, but barely. Okay. Moving on, A.J. Brown. Going into last season, I wouldn't have said he's top 5, but after the season he had, I think he absolutely belongs to be in that top 5 range, and he's better than Amon-Ra St. Brown, so we're putting him in top 5. Terry McLaurin, he had an excellent past season, probably the best season of his career. Commanders, why are we not giving Terry McLaurin a contract? Washington Commanders, I know somebody's watching. Pay Terry McLaurin. He doesn't even want that much money. Pay him. Pay the man. Pay the man. Pay the man. Terry McLaurin, top 10, easily top 10. I won't put him above Mike Evans, but he's better than Drake London. Moving on to Malik Neighbors. Do I want to put him in the top 10? I absolutely want to put him in the top 10. But I know there's other wide receivers on this list that I'd have ahead of him, and I don't think he fits right in the top 10, but I will put him right there at 11. I know there's so many Malik Neighbors truthers out there, but he is not top 10 yet. It was one season. Let's give some of these other guys the benefit of the doubt that they are the better wide receivers. We've seen more production from them for multiple years in a row. Malik Neighbors, one great year. He's been great, but let's slow the roll a little bit. He's not top 10 quite yet. Moving on to Puka Nacua. See, this is the guy. We've seen 2 years of greatness from Puka. We've seen 1 from Malik Neighbors. Puka Nacua is a top 10 wide receiver, and based on this list right now, he's above Mike Evans, he's above Terry McLaurin, and he's better than Drake London. So Puka Nacua is our 4th best receiver on this list right now. Moving on to Jackson Smith-Njigba. This is a good wide receiver 1, not a great wide receiver 1. Do I think he's better than DJ Moore or Chris Olave? No. So I'm going to put him in that 21 to 27 range with Jaden Reed. But I think the gap between JSN and Jaden Reed is massive. So it's kind of funny. I want to see JSN as the wide receiver one a little bit more. I'm interested to see how he does without a DK Metcalf, without Tyler Lockett. Obviously, he still has Cooper Kupp on the other side, but we'll see how that works out for him. Brandon Ayuk missed most of the season last year, and when he did play, he wasn't great, but I'm not going to disrespect him. I'll still put him in the 16 to 20s range, and we'll put him right above DJ Moore. Marvin Harrison Jr., I think, is such a good wide receiver. You can make all the excuses you want for DJ Moore's poor quarterback play and apply the same thing to Marvin Harrison, and then it's actually the truth. It is the truth. Marvin Harrison Jr. gets open so much and so often. Marvin Harrison Jr., yeah, he's so good. He's so good. But with that being said, I'm putting him in the 21 to 27 range. He's better than Jaden Reed, but I won't put him over JSN. That's too disrespectful to JSN. Moving on to Jamar Chase, I think he's easily the wide receiver 2, the second best wide receiver in the NFL behind Justin Jefferson. I don't think he's quite as good of a route runner. He has more burners, but Justin Jefferson's hands, oh, they're better. They're better. I'm sorry. Justin Jefferson's the better wide receiver. Deal with it. But Jamar Chase, all love to Jamar. Maybe my favorite player in the NFL to watch aside from Lamar Jackson. But Jamar Chase is special, and it's no discredit to him having him as the second best wide receiver in the NFL. Moving on to DK Metcalf. It's hard to evaluate him because I think that he's a very talented wide receiver, but we haven't seen the production the past 2 years. Maybe it wasn't really working with Geno Smith, but I can't put DK really, like JSN took his job. JSN took his job. But he's still better than JSN. I'll put him in 16 through 20. Moving on to Khalil Shakir. I think that he's a very underappreciated player, but he's a wide receiver 2, wide receiver 3 at heart. Let's just be real. Khalil Shakir, I'm putting you in the bottom 5. I'm sorry. No disrespect, Khalil Shakir. No disrespect. You're always cooking. You're always cooking the Patriots. But you got to be bottom 5. Zay Flowers. I know Lamar Jackson wishes he had a true wide receiver 1, but Zay Flowers is close. He's a low-end wide receiver 1. He'd be a high-end wide receiver 2. I think that Zay Flowers is a very talented player, but where do I put him? I think he's in that 16 to 20 range. Is he better than Chris Olave? Yeah, I'm putting Zay Flowers at 16. Moving on to Nico Collins. If you do not put some respect on Nico Collins' name, you don't know ball. Nico Collins is top 6. He's this close to being top 5. Nico Collins is the most disrespected wide receiver in the entire NFL. Why does nobody talk about him? He has all of the skills. He's got the size. He's got the speed. He's got the hands. He's got the route running. I'm sorry. Nico Collins is so good, and I want to put him in the top 5, but I can't put him above Amon-Ra St. Brown. It doesn't feel right, but I'm putting him in the top 6, and he's this close to being top 5. If I see one crazy highlight from OTAs or from mandatory minicamp, I'm putting him in the top 5. I don't care. Xavier Worthy, got me heated. Xavier Worthy, I think he had a great first season, but he only played 1 year. I don't think it's fair to put him that high. I'm going to put him right. Do I really think he's a better wide receiver than Marvin Harrison Jr.? Truthfully, no, but he had the better season. I'm putting him right below Marvin Harrison Jr. It is what it is. Xavier Worthy is always going to have great stats, but is he the better wide receiver? I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe I have too much faith in Marvin Harrison Jr. He hasn't really shown me why I should have that faith, but he has. Mind-blowing me. Anyways, moving on. Jacoby Myers. Okay, Jacoby Myers, my Patriots legend. I bought his jersey after the first game he played with the Patriots because I thought he was going to be a Patriot for life until we paid Juju Smith-Schuster. It's fine. I love Jacoby Myers. I'm putting him in that 21 to 27 range. I'll put him right below Jaden Reed. Moving on to Ladd McConkey. Look at all those open spots we have in 11 through 15. I wonder why that is. It's because Ladd McConkey exists. I'll put him right below Malik Neighbors. Yes, he's better than everyone in that 16 through 20. Ladd McConkey is better than Zay Flowers, Brandon Ayuk, Chris Olave, DJ Moore, and DK Metcalf. And honestly, I don't think it's close at all. It is what it is. His name value isn't as big as those 5 guys, right? But Ladd McConkey this past season did more than those 5 guys have ever done in one season. It is what it is. Moving on to Courtland Sutton. I don't want to disrespect Courtland Sutton at all. I don't think he's a bottom 5 wide receiver, but I think he falls into that tier of low-end wide receiver 1, high-end wide receiver 2. I'm going to put him at the top here of 21 to 27. I'll say he's the 21st best. It feels disrespectful because he's a good wide receiver 1. One of the best guys I've ever met. I've met him nicest person maybe ever to ever exist. Always has a smile on his face. It's even in the picture. Look at that. Look at that big old smile. I love Cortland Sutton, but he's the 21st best receiver in the NFL. Moving on to CD Lamb. He's going to round out our top 5. We're going to put him right at the number 3 spot. CD Lamb, the 3rd best wide receiver in the NFL. I think those should be everyone's top 3. Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, and CD Lamb. I don't really get the A.J. Brown above CD Lamb argument. I don't think it makes any sense. Anyways, moving on to Brian Thomas Jr., I see a lot of propaganda about him being in the top 10. I don't think he's quite better than Drake London yet. We've only seen one season from him. Again, we've only seen one season from Malik and Ladd McConkey. Those two guys are not in the top 10, so with the same logic, Brian Thomas Jr., we're putting him right there at number 12. I think he's better than Ladd, but not quite as good as Malik Neighbors. Moving on to Michael Pittman Jr., he's teetering between 27th and bottom 5. I'm going to put him in the bottom 5, I think, but he's better than Shakir and Tet, I guess. I suppose. Michael Pittman Jr., no, I'm putting him below Khalil Shakir. He didn't show anything last year. It was honestly the most disappointing season I've ever seen from him. I always draft him in fantasy, and he always ruins me. Anyways, moving on to Calvin Ridley. He's not the same player he was. He's definitely undervalued. He's still a solid wide receiver 1. This is no disrespect to him, but I'm putting him in the bottom 5. Tyreek Hill, I still think he's in the top 15, but I don't think he's above Malik Neighbors or Brian Thomas Jr., but I'll put him above Ladd McConkey. Moving on to Garrett Wilson. I know I've said a lot of guys are underappreciated, a lot of guys are underrated. Garrett Wilson is truly one of them. Give him a competent quarterback for one season, please. I hate the Jets, but I hate seeing Garrett Wilson flounder in New York. He needs to go to the Broncos or something. Oh, Garrett Wilson and Cortland Sutton would be a match made in heaven. Anyways, Garrett Wilson, you're top 15 and you're above Ladd McConkey. Moving on to Stephon Diggs. As a Patriots fan, not that moved by him as a wide receiver 1. He's coming off an ACL tear. He's old, but he was having a really good season with Houston last year. But is that because you also have Tank Dell, Nico Collins, CJ Stroud throwing the ball, Joe Mixon? Like, that offense was loaded. How is he going to do as truly being the wide receiver 1? That's unclear to me. I'll put him in the 21 to 27 range, and I'll put him right above Jaden Reed. Last but not least, well, actually least, Jerry Jeudy. Bottom 5, and I'm putting him at the very last spot. No disrespect to any of these players. These are all very talented wide receiver 1s. They're all good wide receivers for a reason. They're all the wide receiver 1 for a reason. They're the best wide receivers on their team. This is my final list, 1 through 32. Let me know what you think of the list in the comments. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of the list and comment down below what position group you want to see next. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, peace.